The economy, yes. Let's call it what it is. The economy has had an uninterrupted expansion for now the longest period of time since in U.S. recorded record. And it also has been one of the most anemic. So we've marched forward, but it's more at a marathon runner pace than a Usain Bolt pace. So in past recessions, and let's cover this too. The 08-09 recession was the worst recession since you have to go back to 1929 and go into Great Depression days. A more run-of-the-mill recession, like the late 70s or early 90s, something like that, it's fairly shallow, it's fairly short-lived, and everybody moves on. So usually in those cases, you have a couple quarters where, and all a recession means is, instead of having a $19 trillion economy, we had an $18.7 trillion economy. That's what a recession means. We shrank by a little bit. But back to history there, in terms of how that grows. Where's my train of thought on that? I'm going to loop back to that. This recession was greater in terms of the downside. It lasted for a longer period of time, but we haven't bounced back nearly as fast as we have in prior times. And that's an anomaly to me. It should have been, we were so down for so long that we should have snapped back faster. So this growth trend has been very slow and very steady, and maybe that's okay. Maybe capital gets deployed very quickly during those time frames. And judging from how much cash companies still have on their balance sheets, they are deployed fairly quickly. Now, what stops an expansion, or what triggers a recession? Because if we trigger a recession, we're probably talking about a pullback in particularly stock prices. Well, let's go through a normal list of things. Spike in commodity prices. Oil goes up, and the cost of inputs are higher. Agricultural products go up, metals go up. We haven't had an inflationary period in quite some time, so I'm kind of crossing that off the list. An aggressive Fed. The Fed starts to raise interest rates at an aggressive level to slow down the economy. Well, we've got a Fed right now that's sitting at for all practical purposes, a 2.25% Fed funds rate, and is talking about probably getting a cut at the meeting at the end of this month. So have to put the Fed at a fairly anemic level. Extreme valuations, so like a 1999 .com valuations in the stock market. I'll get into this later because I know I have a question coming on this. The U.S. stock market, even on the heels of all of its growth, is probably very close to the range of fairly valued right now. We're fairly neutral on, say, U.S. large company stocks from a PE multiple or an EBITDA multiple basis. So I don't think the valuations are extreme; they're just fair, and that probably alone doesn't send us into a recession. And then rising unemployment. We are on if anybody's paying attention to the headline unemployment number, we're now at my lifetime low. I'm older than you think is right now for unemployment rate in the United States. So if you talk about, well, if everybody starts to lose their job, that's going to send us into a recession. We are moving in the opposite direction of that. So you check all those boxes, and short of, and I hate to say it, but it is a risk that we have to be able to live with. Short of a terrorist attack, short of a tax hike, short of something major and unforeseen within our current economy or our current legislature, our economy is probably going to keep chugging along. I suppose I have to make a guess here, but it's probably got a 2021 handle on it before we really talk about going into a recession. Now back to baseball, I promise. So if that is the case, then this recovery, this expansion in our economy is moving into extra innings, but it's a double header. Brief recession, a pullback in the growth rate of our economy for 2 quarters will meet the definition. We'll give all the news people what they've been talking about. See, I told you we're going to have a recession. It's like, well, yeah, you were 0 for 7 on calling the recession. You're just finally right. You called chicken little long enough that you're right. And then we'll move on into the future and have further expansion.